Hello guys, it's time for FPL, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my Gameweek 17 review and my plans for Gameweek 18, all the transfers I'm planning to make, and obviously, yeah, it should be a good one. So, jumping into my Gameweek 17 now, overall 63 points. I'm pretty happy with that. My team overall did quite well. Alexander-Arnold, Salah, and Jota did sort of save it. I think I wouldn't have been on many points without them three, but I would anyone to be fair. Um, yeah, quite a few blanks all round. Obviously Bernardo, quite a lot of people have him. Um, so yeah, it was really the Chelsea and the Liverpool players that managed to save me that game. Now, obviously, Reece James just showing his attacking threat again. Obviously, playing for Chelsea, playing like a right winger quite a bit of the time. After 4 games with just 1 point, getting a nice eight pointer does really reassure us that he is going to be a good player going forward. Obviously, Antonio up front is the only real thing I'm disappointed about in this team. I was really debating going for Watkins, and as my luck has been this season, of course I made the wrong decision again. Obviously, Watkins getting 12 points, Antonio only getting 2. And that would have also been a free transfer as well, so that would have just been 10 points gained. But yeah, literally, it's this season. It seems like every single decision I made has been the wrong one. Obviously, we had the decision with Mount. If we look at his recent scores, so he had a 12 and a 13 pointer. No, sorry, not those. He after his 24 pointer, I was thinking about buying him for the Brentford and Southampton fixtures, but I held off in the end. And then the game against Norwich, I was really considering him. Managed to get 24 points, and then I just thought, I'd buy him. He's got Newcastle, Burnley, Leicester, and then Man United next. Man United weren't really the best, so I bought him, held him for those 3 fixtures. Then sold him. He got the 12 and 13 pointer. Then bought him again, and now he's got the 6 and 7 point for my team. So that was the wrong decision there as well. Now, obviously, this is my first season taking FPL seriously. Last season I played, I knew what I was doing, but just didn't really care too much, to be fair. This season, I'm trying to think about my transfers more than ever and everything like that. But yeah, 2 transfers in the bank. Obviously, we're sort of moving on to my Game Week 18 now. But just to wrap up Game 17, overall, pretty good score. I got a green arrow from about 520k to about 420k, which is good. Obviously, if I did make the right decisions, I worked it out. I would be around 100,000k, but that's if I made pretty much every decision right, which isn't really too realistic. So if I did most of the things that I probably should have done, if I just had the luck on my side, probably would be around around probably 150k. But yeah, overall, happy with Game Week 17, and let's move on to Game Week 18 now and see how my team's looking. So, there are definitely transfers I'm going to make. Now, I believe there's only, I think there's 5 fixtures only left, which means basically half of the Premier League is shut down. Now, luckily, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City's fixtures are all still going ahead, basically. I have, obviously, 2 Man City, 3 Chelsea, and 3 Liverpool like quite a lot of people do, having pretty much everybody from those 3 teams. And apart from that, I just got Ramsdale in goal, and then Gallagher, Antonio, who both have their fixtures postponed. So obviously, massive COVID outbreak in many of the Premier League teams. Hence why so many fixtures are cancelled. It is going to be a very tough game week. I do have 2 transfers free in the bank, and the biggest advice I can give is, the Premier League might be halted, so definitely don't take. I definitely wouldn't do my free hit. Definitely wouldn't take a big hit. Probably a -8 absolute maximum. Preferably nothing more than a -4 though. Taking a -12 is a bit bonkers. I mean, coming from me, I did take a -20 hit. That was pretty stupid, to be fair. But yeah, at the moment my team's looking really solid. I've got 2 transfers in mind. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. But there could be any possibility that more fixtures could be cancelled, and we could only really be left with just 3, 4 fixtures left for this game. Maybe even one. Maybe the game might just be cancelled altogether. We really don't know yet. So yeah, another thing about transfers that I do with you guys is just hold it to the last minute if you can. Like, you got to make the decision. Would you rather have an extra 0.1 mil in the bank, or would you rather have maybe 10 points? And that's a pretty easy decision. You rather have 10 points, but yeah, at the moment, just hold your decision to the last minute because any game can be cancelled at any time. So leading into what I'm gonna actually do to my team. So the players I'm thinking about getting rid of is Antonio. Now, obviously, Antonio would have Norwich this week, so that is pretty frustrating. But after that, he's got Southampton, which do look like a decent team defensively. Obviously, they had a big goalkeeper issue, but I just don't think Southampton are the team to be targeting now. West Ham, obviously, very good team. They didn't play well against Arsenal, didn't play well against Burnley. So the last two fixtures haven't been too good. West Ham are the sort of team that would bounce back against Southampton, but they're also the sort of team to maybe just get a 1 or a 2-0 win. So Antonio holding him, I just don't think is the right option, especially with my striker situation at the moment. Now, the other move I'm thinking about is to bring in an Arsenal defender. Now, I'd much rather keep Lamptey in my team, but obviously his fixture is cancelled and he is at low price. I got 1.6 million in the bank, and I'm sort of in between 2 or 3 Arsenal defenders. So the ones I am in between are Tomiyasu, Tierney, and White. Now, obviously White being the cheapest at 4.5 million, but he is obviously a centre half, so not as much attacking threat. Now, the one I'm considering the most is Tierney, mainly just because I got the money in the bank for it. Now, the main reason I want this is Leeds. They got Leeds next at the moment, pretty in a big crisis about their team. Obviously, loads of players. I believe it's like 8 players of their first team out. Then Norwich, and then Wolves. Now, obviously, defender, you want clean sheets, don't you? Against Leeds could definitely be a clean sheet. If it's not a clean sheet, you could definitely get a return. Obviously, you know what Leeds defence is like. Norwich could definitely also be a clean sheet, definitely be returns. And then Wolves, we've seen what Wolves have been like recently. Their last few fixtures have all just been, 0-0, 1-0s. They've really not been posing well attackingly, but defensively they've been really, really solid. So Arsenal are definitely a team that could do well against a team like Wolves. Not do well, but get a 0-0 or 1-0, which would be good for a defender. So, and then for Antonio, the one I'm thinking about is Watkins. Now, obviously, Antonio's not being on good form. Watkins, Aston Villa at the moment are looking like a really, really good team. You could say they've been overlooked, but quite a few people are jumping on them at the moment. Pretty good fixtures coming up. Obviously, they've got Burnley next. I'll probably just bench him against Chelsea. Obviously, the fixtures could be cancelled. And then Leeds and Brentford, 2 really good teams that you'd want to be playing against. So, at the moment, that is what I'm thinking about. Now, this is probably one of the weeks where these moves are probably the least locked in you could probably get from me. Obviously, the fixtures at the moment could be cancelled. The game it could be cancelled. No one really knows what happened. It could just be end up with one fixture. Now, obviously, there are other issues with my team. There's Bernardo in there. It's another reason why I'm going to be waiting until last minute. Press conferences and stuff like that. See the injuries. And then the other 2 injuries are Huang and Saint Maximin, who I both want to get rid of. But at the moment, if you look at the striker options, there's literally it's just Watkins who I want. Now, quite a lot of people. We just reset my team here. So those are the 2 moves that I'm planning to do. Now I'm just going to be talking about another move that quite a lot of people are doing. So forget about Huang now, but we're going to be talking about King, and not Kong. What am I doing? Can't type. Why am I typing Kong every time? So the other move people are thinking of, King and Dennis in. Now, the reason I don't want to do this is if you look at their fixtures, they got Wolves next. We all know how good Wolves are defensively. Then they got Southampton. Watford are definitely a team that could score against Southampton, but do I really think it's going to happen? Yeah, but could it be King? Could it be Dennis? You don't really know at the moment. Then Spurs after that. So that's 3 fixtures that out of 10, I'd rate those 3 fixtures probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10. And if you're buying a player, you really want it to be 6, 7, 8 out of 10 or higher. And then obviously after that, they got Newcastle and Norwich. But at the moment, I'm getting him in for Wolves. I don't think it's the right call at the moment. Wolves are looking very, very solid defensively. And Watford are almost like the Leeds were about a year ago when they were just banging in goals for fun and conceding for fun. So, yeah. That is my transfers plan for this game week. Obviously, a pretty crazy game week. Probably one of the most craziest game weeks this season so far. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope some of that advice helps. Please let me know in the comments any sort of questions you got. What's your game week rank? What's your overall rank? Just anything like that. Any thoughts? Even if it's not to do with FPL. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed it as well.